What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Sexually attractive men don't have to pay for a woman's time. Let me say that again. Don't have to pay for a woman's time. And for real though, anybody who don't go for that, don't come with that corny ass shit. Well, you gotta pay at some point. See, here's the problem with that argument, right? Even that argument. Isn't a woman giving her time? If she's getting with you, she's giving something. Because a lot of guys, the way you looking at it, a lot of guys who think, oh, you got to spend money and all that. They putting the woman on a pedestal and stuff. They forgetting they giving the woman something. So she's spending her time. And anyway, I was inspired to do this because, I always get some idiot that come on my stuff and got some shit to talk. And somebody was saying, somebody was talking some trash that, well, let's be real, they wouldn't get in my face and do it. Trash talk don't count unless you can look a man in the eye when you're doing it, right? It really don't. But, somebody was saying, well, no, you still got to pay for dinner and a movie. And I thought about that because I thought about my own experience. I've lost count of how many women they would come over, bring a plate. She had something to come over there, cook something at my spot, and I ain't doing anything. And then we just watch something on a video or something. I mean, I don't know. I think some of these dudes forgot the term Netflix and chill. Shit, you ain't going any place. All you doing is sitting there. And she coming over in those that nice mini skirt, that nice top and everything. Shit, you ain't did jack shit. But she does it for one reason. She wants to get with you. It's just that simple. It's not some magic to it or anything like that. If a woman want to get with you, shoot, all you need is a place. And shoot, you don't have to go any place. Shoot, you don't have to go. You don't even have to, because some guys will probably be like, well, you got to get in the car. No, if she coming over to your spot, shoot. If she coming over to your spot, shit. Hell, I've had some women just come straight over for sex. Y'all ain't have that? Shit. And that's been up into my 50s. Oh, man, that's a recent phenomenon for me. Shit, if a woman want to get with you, she want to have sex, you just need a spot. You don't even need to have all that much of a space either. Shit, because I remember about years ago, within the last 10 years, staying in that modest place, I was just sleeping on an air mattress. The woman didn't care. Shit. Hell, man. It was nice and firm for him. And I ain't the only one. This ain't some unique-ass experience. I know a lot of guys like that. I was talking with a brother last night. I don't think that dude hasn't had his own spot in like over 10 years. But he had plenty of women. He could just stay with them. Look. If a woman wants it's just very simple. If a woman wants you, she'll just get with you. You just need a spot. Hell, you might not even need a spot. All you have to do is go over to her place. And shit, you ain't spending any money on her. Because let's be real, when guys be talking about spending money, they using it, that's their bait right there. They basically paying for it. And they get mad when you point out to them, well, there's guys out here who don't pay for it, who get it for free. Indeed, shoot, you even get some women who are married, got men who got millions, and their women are cheating on them. Where y'all think that pool boy thing came from? Or and that ain't something new either. That ain't something new. Like I always say, where you think those stories, some of my some of my commenters have talked about that. Where do you think those milkman stories come from? What about those dudes who be coming over that back fence? And shoot, And let's be real, how many guys out here got plenty of money, and gets no parts of the 90? I want y'all to think about that shit. Think about that shit. Oh, like I said, I've actually been trained on like killing somebody's argument, because I remember I talked about it. You get some Bama that got on there talking about, some lame Bama that got on there talking about, you and some other broke guys. Well, I'm saying this as a guy who got money. I tell you what, I don't need to show y'all any bank statements or anything, but use some common sense. In the description box, there's a link to when I moved into the spot I'm in now a year ago. I must have something to be able to afford that spot. I don't have any roommates. It's just me. The people who've been over, they don't contribute. My sons and any ladies that been over, they brought food. Oh man, link in the description box. So don't hit me with the money thing. I probably got more money than any detractor. Just saying. But I don't present it to women. Look, yo, it's just a simple thing. It ain't that hard to understand. Women want sex the same way men do. Okay? They just don't want it from every which of man. Yeah, they want it from only a certain percentage of men, and that's cool. What do I tell you? If you become in that percentage, I use the term select. Somebody else might say 20%, or some people might say 1%, but I explain the reality of the 1%, but it's still a smaller percentage. If you in that percentage of men, shoot, a woman is not going to require you to spend money. That's just it. This is very simple. Seriously. I don't know how hard that is to understand, but see, a lot of guys don't get it because they haven't experienced it. That's all to it. They haven't experienced it. They haven't been in that position. And they've dealt with women that say, oh, you got to spend money. You got to spend money. In fact, some women will say that. And every single one of those women know there's some guy who get the 90 for free. They already know it. They already know. But see, they come across some other guys, they thinking, oh, yeah, I can get a meal out of it. I can get some money out of it. Shoot, some women, their game is to get as much money out of you as possible. As much money out of you as possible. Have you buy some stuff for them. All of that. Move some furniture. Pay for food. Then all of a sudden, I think we should just be friends. Oh man, that Foodie call thing, that's some real thing. That Foodie call thing that's a real thing. In fact, I think I did a Foodie call video. I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna look for that and put that in the description box too. Seriously. Because if women, I'm gonna tell you something now. If when you initially meet women, and it goes to where she can go with you or where you could take her, I'm like, please. She ain't feeling you sexually. She ain't feeling it. But she'll gladly, if you want to take her to a concert or you want to take her to the movies or something, they do that shit all the time. And then get mad at you if you even act like you want sex. Now, if she really wanted to get with you, she'll just come over to your place. Shoot, y'all might not finish that movie. Y'all might not even watch it. In fact, a smart woman know if she going over to your place, she already know what the deal is. If you coming over to her place, you should know what the deal is. And you got men out there that happens for. Now, I know some people say, well, those are pookies, ray-rays, homosexuals. A whole lot of them are some guys who got their own money. They got the money if they had to. But they figured out, okay, let me get with this woman who want to get with me for free. This is very simple. Shit, I know some dudes, man, they professionals, business owners, all of that. They don't really be spending any money like that on the women. In fact, some dudes, I'm going to tell you what. Some guys who got money like that, 92 octanes, shout out Master Teacher BGS, Master of the Universe types, those educated professionals. Those types. The most money they might spend is really just to get an apartment or something somewhere and have all their women come to there. The women don't even know where they really live. Like, have an apartment. Basically, you can call it a crash pad, a fuck place, whatever you want to call it. But that's some game that guys with money have. Now, somebody will say, well, they spent money on that place. No. That still ain't on the women. That's just a convenient spot. It was like either there or a motel. I mean, that's still not on the woman. See, here's the thing. When guys are spending money, when guys are leading with their wallet, they trying to convince the woman how much money they got. And let me go. I was going to do a separate video on that, but let me hit y'all with some shit, man. Some basic game on that, because I already know I got y'all attention about not spending money. So let me get y'all with this. I've heard there's some women I follow on IG, and then some people will send me some stuff that women will say, and they'll talk about the man being a provider and all of that. Doing a provider, having some money. In fact, I told y'all before, I was on a panel with some women talking about that very thing. Like, the women were saying, how come these men don't have money, they don't got this stuff together? But then as we talked, they said it's not the men that they are physically attracted to. That's the issue. Plenty of men got money. And if that's the case, shoot, women wouldn't be complaining out here. Women could find guys easily who got money, who willing to provide and all of that. Because let's be real, a lot of guys got money out here. A lot of guys, ain't a bunch of broke dudes out here. A lot of guys got at least enough money to take a woman out. Some good places, even like some expensive places. Plenty of them do. They willing to provide, willing to do all that stuff. Don't believe in the 50-50 thing. The only reason that they ain't getting women or got the women lined up for them seriously is the women are just not sexually attracted to those particular men. That's it. So a woman, she could have 3 or 4 dudes coming at her. 3 or 4 men coming at her who got money, who making 6 figures. A minimum 6 figures, which all these women say they want, right? She could have that. She can have that. They taking up They taking up fancy restaurants, plays. Might even buy some stuff. Shoot, some of them might even pay her rent or something, shit like that, right? Or do something, get her gifts. Because they leading with their wallet. They'll make a big deal out of it. Break out that gold card, whatever company is going to put it out, right? And take them out. Take them to that nice dinner, right? Then go see the latest stage play and everything, or a concert, right? Oh man, they doing something. Might take them to those rooftop restaurants, like partying, right? Drop them off. They drop them off at home, and you know what the woman gonna do? She send that text to that dude, Dexter Goodbar. She sent that joint to Dexter Goodbar, right? And then that dude come over, he ain't spend 1 penny. Oh man! In fact, there was a clip on IG I saw, and I think I saved that clip. I'm gonna see if I can share that too. It was voiced over by a comedian, but somebody acted it out about this guy who had all this stuff, did all the stuff for the woman on the job, owned all this property and all of that, had money, good to his mama. Shoot. Meanwhile, she messing with some bum dude. But that bum dude, he tearing it up. That bum dude driving her car. Shit. And let me be clear, this ain't saying be a bum dude. Let me be clear about that. Every man needs to make that money for your own sovereignty. You need to make it for yourself, man. And as y'all saw, if y'all look at the clip I shared of where I live, hey, you gotta make that money, right? Ain't nothing wrong with it. You just don't lead with it or use that as the main thing to get a woman. Because the second you do that, she sees trick. She sees trick. you know. And I'm gonna tell you what, and I've said this before. Any sex worker say this. Shoot, you can talk to some of these women on that acculturated prostitution thing, or as the honorable pimp guy would say, acceptable hoe thing. They don't respect that guy. As soon as you break out their wife, they see your resource. They don't see you. And then if you think that's gonna hold her, but if she going for resources, as soon as some guy come up with more money and stuff, she out of the door. She out of the door. Meanwhile, that guy that all he giving her is that good D, you know, giving her that Pusherman style D. Shoot, got her addicted. In fact, I'm gonna put that in the description box because anybody who follow me in long term, remember, before I started doing the jazz openings, I was doing that song Pusherman. And I played the whole song. Just sit back and listen to that song. Because trust me, women do get addicted. And I know somebody say, oh, why are you talking about that? Because this is grown folks. And people better start dealing with the sex thing. Because that's the thing. And women want it. They want it so bad, they'll pay for it. They'll buy him clothes. They'll bring the food. I never forget one time when I was still living in D.C. And this woman wanted to come over. And honestly, I mean, she had a fat ass, all that. And I forgot why exactly I didn't feel like dealing with it. Oh, yeah, I was fucking somebody in the building. I ain't needing any drama at the time. But she still wanted to come over. And I was like, well, I don't have any food. I'll bring a sandwich. I was like, oh, snap. What the fuck? Shoot. When women want when they want the hot beef injection when they want it, you don't have to pay for that shit. They'll go wherever. Shoot. Yeah, that's where that sexual shadow world come in. All you had to do to experience that is just be discreet. Or when women cheat, they don't cheat with the guy who got money. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, they'll marry the guy who got money, he providing the resources. Shoot, they might even pop out a baby for him, though I strongly suggest any man having babies these days, or supposedly the father, just get a paternity test. Shout out Tennessee. They about to make that shit mandatory. Or, well, not mandatory, but if somebody get caught with paternity fraud, they can face a misdemeanor. But shit. Or worse, shit, not only cheat, but you come home, you've been spending all that money. You come home and somebody tearing up your woman. And the dude look back at you, be like, my bad. Yeah, throw in one for Joe Roughneck. Anyway, right? Shit. Understand that. Now, the best thing, if you want to be anything, yeah, have that money so you can take care of yourself. And ultimately, only time money should really come in if you're talking about a family. That's the only time. But let's be real. A lot of guys out here ain't even at that point. You need to even get to that point, you get a woman first. So what's the thing that's going to do it? Working on your sex appeal. If you look at all the stuff I'm talking about, I'm telling you how to build it. When I talk body games, that's the primary thing that turns a woman on. Now, I know some other guys saying something else, or they try to say, no, it's just the face. They ain't getting no pussy. What? They don't know. They don't know. But when I talk to guys who like actually employ body game and even see their women, and I know, and that was a major reason Ron didn't have to pay for anything, you know. And a few times I did, shoot, that's just because I was being nice. But usually after the women had sex with me. Or if I did pay for anything, and which I will, but it'd be like very little. It was $15. And that's just paying just to be nice. That's strictly to be nice. But if we talking about already hooking up and shit, you don't need to. But like I said, and if you're talking about a marriage or some shit, and even then, if you think about a marriage, you're talking about marrying a woman. You're not giving a woman a house. You're giving yourself a house and giving her the right to live there. If you paying the bills, shoot, you keeping your lights on. That's for your benefit. You really paying for your benefit. Even the food. You ain't just giving her something she's just going to use it. You paying for Shit, you paying for the shit that you benefiting from. Ain't you eating the food? Ain't you sleeping? Hey, ain't you sleeping in that nice home? Ain't you see everything you buy for that home if you married? And then your kids, you'll see, provided you did the paternity test thing. Either that or they look exactly like you. Shit. But beyond that, if you're talking about even getting to that point, because let's be real, if you dudes got to stop putting a woman on the pedestal. But if you start off leaving with your wallet, you starting off as a trick. And that's how she gonna treat you. Like I said, there's a ton of guys out here got money, doing all that stuff. Look at the scenario I shared in that video, in that IG clip. That is so fucking common. And a lot of guys, once the guys who are winning, they the ones who do that. They the ones winning. They the ones ain't complaining about being played. They the ones got women fighting over them. How many money men really got women fighting over them? Physically fighting over them. And yeah, I'm saying this with somebody who got money. I'm just realistic about the shit. I just don't lead with the shit. And as you can see, I eat well. Driving a paid-for car, I paid for in a year. Had 5 years to pay for in a year. Could have paid for it cash up front. But wanted to keep some money in my savings. But that's the thing, though. And just understand that. I mean, it happens. If this dude's out, if it happens for them, it can happen for you. You just gotta figure out, okay, what they doing. And I'm telling you what they doing. They coming at the woman. They coming at the woman's vajayjay. They turning her on sexually. Her vajayjay and her heart. Either one. They ain't trying to do some logic thing or some money thing or something like that. You lead with that shit. And yeah, you gonna get some women, they gonna look for it. Because I'm gonna tell you what. They gonna look for it because they pragmatic, but what are they really looking for? They still want it, but they might feel like, okay, I can't get this or I can't get this from the guy. Let me get this guy. And let me be just on some cold-blooded shit. Sometimes they got that, many of them will get married and still keep that that dual mating strategy. I've had married women tell me that shit. I lost count of how many married women that had that husband at home but still be going to the club or something. Talking about, well, I got the ring. You coming to the club tonight, bro? Look you dead in the eye. I've had women look me dead in the eye. I say, well, just going out dancing with these guys. I mean, my husband wouldn't understand. My boyfriend wouldn't understand. Or be in a position. I told you. I ain't proud, but just realistic. I used to be that side man a lot back in the day. Used to be that side man, be like the woman get that phone call. This before smartphones, and she look at me, be like, shh. Hell, that happened to me a few years ago in my 50s with a woman. Oh Lord. she with me. A man called. Like, okay. Seriously, that's what would be the real. A lot of guys just got to deal with the real out here. And yeah, I'm going to talk sex because, well, it's there. And until guys deal with it, until you deal with it, you're going to have issues. You're going to have issues. Understand that. Especially when you just meet them. Like I said, if you're talking marriage or something, okay, money come in, but that's partly for you any damn way. Shoot. You creating the environment, so that's really for your benefit even then. Not hers. You ain't doing something. But see, too many guys want to present that thing. Actually, too many guys have been raised to be tricks. I'm going to tell you what, the old school pimps used to say a lot of guys are in some pimp hole relationships. Seriously. I mean, some trick hole relationships, not pimp hole. Trick hole. A lot of pimps will say that. Because they know the deal, So that's just the reality. And I told y'all what to do. Say, check out the links I shared and think about it, okay? Listen to that song, Pusherman. Listen to it closely, you know? Because the guys who follow those principles, that school of thought, they ain't catching anything. Hell, even myself. I'm somebody, I went through divorce, but I don't pay any child support. You know, not enforced through the courts. You know, I don't have to pay a goddamn thing. You know, yeah, my sons, they pimping me, so they get some, but at the same time, they'll work for their money. They work for their money, though. So that's not even a big deal. The big old place I shared, they keep it clean. So, oh, man. Giving them the hustle early. So anyway, right? In fact, they supposed to start their job next week. They're gonna be working on their jobs. So, but anyway, right? It is what it is. Now I know some people gonna get mad. Well, get mad then. How's that working for you? That's all I gotta say. If you don't want to do, if you want to keep leading with your wallet, how's that really working for you? All right. And I'll tell you what. I mean, be honest. Be honest. Don't you can come on here and cap, but just be honest. How they really working for you? Because like I said, a lot of guys, they be talking about all their money and shit, but then having trouble. I'm like, shit. If it was just money, just tell women you got money. How that working for you? And I don't mean paying for some trick. I mean paying for some nanny or dealing with an acculturated prostitute, acceptable hoe, or a real street worker. How that really working for you? So, anyway, I know y'all probably say, well, why you so mean? I'm just realistic, man. I'm just realistic. I've seen too many dudes getting fucked up out here, and so you try to tell them, hey, this is what you need to be doing. This is how you can get some controlling relationships. It's up to you if you want to listen. So, anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. Again, gonna be a busy day today. Me and my son's going hiking. And my oldest, hey man, I think he gonna end up being a park ranger or something. He like to stay outside. So I'm gonna go do my stuff though. All right, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.